The following video contains scenes that may be dangerous for people with spiritual heart problems. Complacent Christians are advised not to allow their hearts and minds to hear the message about to be shared. Even if you are a dedicated, adventurous believer and like to live near danger's edge, we recommend you take care. What you're about to witness is the truth about Colombia, her people, her reality, and the awesome spiritual challenge of today. But be careful. When you are exposed to the opportunity and the potential, you might change your ideas and misconceptions about Colombia. You might be moved in your spirit to pray, to give, to become involved, even to go.
Colombia.
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 Colombia has a population of 42 million people, of which 99% are nice, hardworking, honest, and don't grow marijuana or cocaine. Of course, if you dare to know the truth about Colombia, you must be willing to take a few risks. Take the risk to know its diverse landscape and climates, to know its natural beauty and wildlife, to know its aromas and textures, to know its people's kindness and hospitality, their passions, customs, and the beauty and charm of her people. Of course, it is no secret that for decades, Colombia has been riveted by violence, social upheaval, and fierce internal war. For years, Colombia's future was at best uncertain, as the country was held hostage to a culture of killings and violence. Now, almost miraculously, the fighting has been drastically reduced by the current administration's crackdown on subversive groups. Roads and highways have been secured. Farmers are returning to their fields, and a stability only dreamed of before has now become the norm for this beautiful South American nation. City streets bustle once again with commerce, and a new hope and optimism is spreading like wildfire throughout the country. And because of this newfound stability, today there is an incredible window of opportunity. I'm not exaggerating when I state that there is a spiritual awakening taking place in Colombia. People who were once resistant and closed are now open and responsive to the gospel. Winds of spiritual revival are blowing throughout the Republic. The time to impact Colombia with the message of Christ is now. Here is the action plan. Sent out by the Westwood Missionary Baptist Church of Winter Haven, Florida, I will be joining forces with veteran missionary Jim Gage and his wife Carmenza. Our objective and strategy is to raise up dynamic, powerful New Testament churches that will impact their communities for Christ. We will train leaders, pastors, and missionaries by way of the Lamb Theological Institute, founded and directed by Dr. Gage. Our evangelistic strategies include an English institute to reach into the business community, a quality bilingual Christian school, family and youth camp ministries, evangelistic campaigns, and spirit-filled, powerful services where people are mobilized to bring their friends and family. In my recent 2-month trip to Villavicencio, a thriving, growing city, gateway to the Colombian plains, I worked with missionary Jim Gage. In just a matter of a few weeks, we organized a special day, and this small, upper middle-class congregation of about 20 people mobilized themselves, and we celebrated the event with over 130 people present and more than 20 professions of faith. Sandra, a young woman just out of law school, brought over 30 visitors. Stella, a housewife, invited 30 and 20 came. Luis Eduardo and his wife Janit invited all the employees of their local business and had more than 30 first-time guests. Since then, the average attendance has tripled, and people continue to bring their family and friends. I honestly believe that God has uniquely prepared me for the mission at hand. As a missionary for almost 30 years in Chile, God gave me the awesome privilege of founding and pastoring the largest Baptist church in Chile. Consequently, God has provided me with the experience, the talents, and the gifts for successful ministry. I know the language, the culture, and my commitment to you is to live with integrity, passion, and power.
Another smile, gone forever.
I truly believe that God is going to do something huge in Colombia. We want to be part of a ministry where the word impossible doesn't exist. We want to experience many who would have thought of blessings, explosive blessings that will power us to a new level. And when we look back years later, we will say, this was not an average ministry. This was not a mediocre endeavor. This was supernatural. The only explanation for this is God. And we are in the right place at the right moment. I invite you to join us as partners in reaching Colombia for Christ. My goal and burning desire is to raise the needed resources and return to Colombia as soon as possible. I invite you to invest in a ministry that will make a difference and have an incredible impact for the cause of Christ.